Hello everyone, good morning. I'm back in the session of Grow and Learn and with the concept of transpiration. As promised in the earlier sessions, I'll come back with the concept of transpiration. So here it is. Moving on, transpiration, we are going to talk about today plant processes. So transpiration is completely a plant process. So we are going to talk about plant transpiration only here. Let's move on to definition. Transpiration is the process of transfer of water from plants to the atmosphere. Whereas the alternative definition of this is also transpiration is the evaporation of water into the atmosphere from the leaves and stems of plants. So you see we're talking about three basic things here is the process, evaporation process, and not only the leaves but also the stems of the plants, and sometimes flowers also perform this process. But majorly the leaves are the main hero of this process who performs the entire thing. So you see through example we are seeing here um, here the water and minerals are absorbed from the ground and it moves towards the stem and then towards the leaves, and beneath the leaves, or not on the upper surface but on the lower surface, there are some stomatal openings present on each of the leaves in the plant, which are called stomatas. And these stomata openings bring the water and minerals from the ground to the leaves, and then from the leaves it moves to the environment. So this is how the process goes. Let's in detail talk about the process of transpiration. Plants absorb soil water through their roots, and this water can originate from deep in the soil. For example, some plants have roots like talk about corn plants. They have 2.5 meters deep inside the roots, whereas some desert plants have 15 to 20 meters deep. Their roots are into the ground. So this completely is dependent on where the water is being found or how in depth the roots can grow in to get the water and minerals out of it. Then secondly, what happened? Plants pump the water up from the soil to deliver nutrients to their leaves through the help of the stem. And this pumping is driven by the evaporation of water through small pores called stomatas, which are found on the underside of the leaves. This is beneath the leaves, not on the upper but on the lower surface of the leaves. These stomatal openings are found and which are called stomatas. So this is the main word you'll have to remember in the entire Next, moving on to factors dependent on the rate of transpiration. When we're talking about the plant size or the leaf size, then if the plant size is higher or it's more, then transpiration is definitely going to be the more. Number of leaves, if in a plant the number of leaves are more, then the transpiration is going to be more. Number of stomata, if present on that leaves is more, then the transpiration is again going to be higher. So you see these things are completely interdependent. If we talk about a plant which has less number of leaves, but on each leaf there are more number of stomata. So what thing? Transpiration is going to be higher because its number of stomata is higher. So transpiration going to be higher. But the number of leaves are little. They are very few. Then the transpiration has to be less. So interdependently we can talk about that transpiration is not only dependent on one factor but also dependent on these factors. Moving on, some other factors are water supply. When we talk about water supply, if in the ground there is more number of water supply, then there'll be more water and minerals in the stem, and then from the stem to the leaves. So then definitely transpiration is going to be higher. But if there is outside humidity, then transpiration will be lower. So not only one factor but multiple factors are totally dependent on to give a result for rate of transpiration. So again, the rate of transpiration is controlled by the stomatas, and light supply encourage to open stomatas. So if light supply encourages to open stomata and stomatas once open, then they perform transpiration. So it increases the process of transpiration. Now moving on, let's talk about the temperature. How temperature is relative, to mark the rate of transpiration. An increased rate of evaporation due to temperature rise will hasten the loss of water. So you see, in temperature, if it's increased, then the transpiration increases all of a sudden and then it remains constant. The reason for this is a plant, a plant can perform maximum, gives us maximum performance to a limit. So if, for example, the temperature is going to increase and increase, but the transpiration process by a plant can be performed to a limit and it cannot go beyond its limit. So once it reaches its limit, the performance reaches its limit and then it remains constant. That this plant cannot perform transpiration more than this. So that is why it becomes constant. Next, moving on to another factor, wind. Wind blow, water loss due to transpiration is accumulated in the form of water vapor on the leaf surface. And where on the leaf surface? It's on the stomatal opening. It's on the stomatal opening you see here. It's on the stomatal opening and hence increase in wind results in more transpiration and more loss of water in the plants. More stomatal openings, more water accumulated in the stomatas and then wind blows off it, the water out and then again the water and minerals are sucked and that comes back to stomata openings and then wind blows it off. So it increases it increases the transpiration rate. Moving on to humidity. Dry surrounding demands water in the environments which increases the rate of transpiration. So you see, humidity, humidity is when there is a lot of humidity outside, that means there is water already outside in the environment. So there is no call of water from the plant. So slowly and gradually transpiration process will reduce. Now moving on to some facts of transpiration. Transpiration accounts for approximately 10% of all evaporating water. Plants in detail do transpiration majorly from leaves. I've told you about earlier about this, but minorly they also perform from stems and flowers. Water is absorbed at the roots by osmosis and any dissolved mineral nutrients travel with it through the stem. So the process of absorption of roots is called osmosis. Let's move on to the summary. We have in the entire slides talked about the definition of the transpiration, the process of transpiration, factors affecting transpiration which were temperature, size, number of leaves, number of stomata, light, humidity, wind and many more. And the facts related to transpiration which are very, very important. That's all we had for today. For new more slides, please click onto my site and wait for next slides. Thank you very much.